Alright, sports fans, in today's video we are going to take a more complicated piece of motion video and green screen it. So green screening is something you've probably heard of, but maybe you're not sure technically how it works. So I went on Amazon and I bought just about the cheapest green screen I could find. So it's about 20 bucks. It's not really any different than just a green bed sheet. And if you look online at professional filmmakers, they'll say that it doesn't work very well. And maybe compared to what they're used to, it doesn't work very well, but it seemed to work fine for me. So in this video, we're going to take my hand, which is reaching up through the green screen as I just sort of lay under the table. And so if we take a look at this video here, it's just me in front of the green screen reaching my hand up. We're going to use the computer to remove all of that green material so just my hand remains. And then the hand is going to be coming and popping up out of this coffee cup. Okay, so let's focus on green screen in this video. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I want to keep the background here. If I wanted to, I could double click on this clip. Let me wait and see if the computer's going to crash. Sometimes it just takes a little bit when you're zooming in and out. So if I wanted to, I could work in this environment, although sometimes that confuses me a little bit. And I like closing that one down and just working right on top of my other layer. I'll go to Effects and Presets, and I'll type in Key, and I'll get a whole bunch of options. Now, there's one down here that's key light and spill suppressor and a couple things all at once. That kept crashing my computer, so we're going to do it once at a time. So I'm going to take key light 1.2 and drag it over this clip, and initially nothing happens. On the left-hand side, we have some choices to make. So we'll grab the eyedropper. If you hold down Command, your eyedropper gets a little fatter, and you can pick a wider area. So I'll pick just a nice solid green color. And you can see that by itself, it does a pretty good job. If I scroll back and forth until I find my hand, I might be able to find, that there's some greenish lines around the edge or something like that. So maybe I'll go to here. Now, if I were to play this, you would see that it's still not perfect. And so one way that we can refine this a little bit more is to switch our view from final result to screen matte. And if I do that, I'll be able to see that I'm not getting a straight black in the background, right? So this upper area is a little gray. And I fix that by going down to screen matte and messing around with clip black and clip white. So if I move clip black around, I can really get those darks to drop out. And if I move clip white, my white was looking pretty good already. But usually I get somewhere like 20 and 80 tend to be the good results for me. And of course, the corners are there as well, but we're going to take care of that in a second. So now that I've confirmed I like it, I go back to intermediate result, and that's just because I don't want the computer to have to reprocess it over and over again while I'm working. So it'll make it look real nice when it goes out to the output. Now in terms of getting rid of these edges, while I still have this clip selected, I'll head up here to the pen tool, and then I'll just make myself this little trapezoid, or polygon, or whatever you'd call it. And then once I close that off, that should mask out the rest of my material. So if you want to edit that particular mask, you'll just come down here to the drop down, go down to masks, and you'll see that mask number 1 is the one that I'm working on. So that's how I get it back. I can change its shape and change its opacity and so forth. But in this case, we just want a nice hard-edged matte because I know my hand never gets close enough to the edge to require it. Okay, so that's the green screening portion. And then in the next one, I'll show you how to composite this down into the coffee cup.